안녕하세요. 저는 조 라스코라고 합니다. 저는 캐나다에서 음악이랑 연기하는 친구입니다. 저희 진짜 이름은 조세프 킴이라고 합니다. 그리고 이게 바로 저의 이야기입니다. Growing up, I listened to a lot of 50 Cent, Eminem, Avril Lavigne, Simple Plan, Green Day, and this K-pop group called Big Bang. I had this computer and I learned how to burn CDs. So I would download a bunch of songs and burn CDs. And I'd play these on the streets and stuff. My parents told me I didn't pick up English until I was like in grade 2 or grade 3, even though I was born in Canada. I think I remember there were some words that I actually didn't know in English, or vice versa, I didn't know in Korean. So I was getting a lot of bad grades in English, and my teachers were kind of worried about me because I wasn't communicating as much. So like there are times where I actually say these words with a Korean accent on it, and thinking that that was the actual English way of saying it. I spoke in Korean to my mom, and I spoke English to my father, but I just didn't really understand or know where I really belonged. My parents thought I was just a trouble kid, and then the teachers thought I had anger issues, and like the kids around me make fun of the way I look. When my grandma came from Korea, she also brought this like cool like high-tech thermos that had like different layers, so you can put their different side dishes in them. And it's just like red, there's like red kimchi, there's like, you know, like brown like lotus like roots, a little bit of like sesame honey fried like anchovies, and like rice, and just like a little like, you know, seaweed soup on the side. And like I'd bring that to school and all the kids would be like, yo, what is that? And I'm just like, it's a lunchbox. It's like a lunchbox. They'd be like, "Yo, what's that smell?" I remember there was like one time where I came home and I was just punishing myself because I got into a fight and I got suspended. So there's like this Korean like punishment where you put your arms up in the air for a long time, and like it starts to burn, but like you hold it up and you don't bring it down. And I think I did for about a good like two and a half hours. And then my dad and my mom came back home, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm punishing myself." And they're like, "Why?" And I'm just like, "Cause like, you know what happened? I got into a fight at school." And then there's other times where I brought that same, you know, thermos container, and these kids would all come and be like, "Yo, what is this? It smells so weird. It looks so weird." It's like, I heard Asian people eat dogs. Like, it's this dog? Like, did you like cut up a dog? And then that's when my mom started packing me sandwiches. It was like pretty much Wonder Bread, like white Wonder Bread with like, you know, like just like a Schneider's like ham or whatever, and like just, singles like cheese on top with like lettuce and tomatoes and mayo. But man, I just missed kimchi so much, and I just missed like Korean food so much, like the mom's touch, you know, like just wanted to go back home and have that. So my dad just kind of cracked a joke and he was like, "Did you win?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "Okay, that's all that matters." But he's like, "Don't get into a fight next time, and don't punish yourself. Like if anyone's punishing you, it's me." That's what he said. And that one moment, for some reason, I felt like they understood me. Korean food that my grandma made would remind me of home. I remember I was like unscrewed the top of the thermos, and I opened it up, and then just a whiff of air came out of like this smell of like kimchi and all these side dishes. I think of my childhood. I really think of it as like that thermos that I had for my grandma. You know, I think it had like 5 different layers. You know, I felt like each layer like had a different side dish, had a different color. The thermos I feel like is symbolic of like wanting to be different because of all the layers. And But once you take out all the layers, like at the root of it, you know, you're still rice. Like you're still the base, you know. You're still Asian.